So spawning into Lost Temple, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Lost Temple, we have our StarCraft 2 Terran player. We have the Korean Terran. It is Kiwian. And spawning in the top side, at the top left-hand corner of Lost Temple, we have our Polish Terran player. We have the Brudor Terran representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. Spirit, he's proxy. Let's go. Spirit, he does move out with 2 SCVs. Now, bear something in mind here. Welcome, one and all, to Lost Temple. This is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom left at 2 possible locations, and you can spawn in top right at also 2 possible locations as well. So there are 4 possible spawn locations. But I suppose, I guess they're kind of like 2 spawn locations just because 2 of them are quite close to each other. We'll see if Spirit can determine where his opponent is. Just proxying dead set in the center of the map. No gas. No gases. So proxy marine. Bunker rush, I would imagine. So shout out to the Kakero. Meanwhile, we do have double gas opener out of our Terran player. So Kiwian, he's opening up double gas into a faster factory, into a faster Hellion, and this is a stronger defense. This is a very safe opener here in TvT, so Kiwian is playing safely. Meanwhile, Spirit is going all in. Does take the gas, guys, so for now Marines are on the way, and he still has to figure out where the hell his opponent is, and he gambles well. He does roll the dice, and he will scout Kiwian immediately. Checking both locations. Does find him. Does find the SCV. And with that, he will confirm. He will confirm. There we go. Gets eyes on the gases. Now he's aware. We do see Kiwian going for his own SCV scout as well. And Kiwian, he will confirm that the Raxes are missing. The production is nowhere to be found. We're going for, again, our initial Hellion, our initial factory. Hellions are going to be crucial here in the defense. Building up his Hellion counts. Yeah, so he does confirm the factory back at home, and we do have a gas. So factory's on the way. Here comes a proxy. And the Reaper just ignores it. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, just ignores it, goes straight for the mineral line. He can deny the factory. No shots. He can't deny. The factory is not done. He can shut it down. At the same time, CC on the high ground. Ooh, is quite exposed, actually. It's quite exposed. Bunker's on the way. He did make the Hellion. Oh, Kiwian too greedy. Too greedy. We spoke about it. We spoke about the Hellion, and he wasn't making it. He was going an add-on. I was making an add-on instead. Yeah, a bit of a misread here from Kiwian. Does pull the Void Force around. Once again, latest around as well. Marines are busting in. We have what? We have 5 Marines left. Oh my god. A couple Marines are going down, killing a lot of SCVs. It's gonna be 6 SCV kills, and in the end, Kiwian holds. Whew. Kiwian, he does hold on. The Hellion finally arrives, but again, it was a greedy reaction, greedy response here from Kiwian. He sustained more losses than he should have. And the game will continue. The Reaper is still across the map. But now we have the Vulture. Vulture is out. Factory did complete. And the game will continue. The game will continue. Spirit, he's racing back home. And we're getting into a longer game state. As the dust does settle here, Spirit, he's up in workers. True, he does have the greater economy. Meanwhile, Kiwian doesn't really have much of an army to work with. So I do favor Spirit in this position. Yes, there's faster progression on the CC, but it's on the high ground. It has to float over anyway. It has a long way to float. Long way to fly. So Spirit not looking too bad. Not looking too bad here. And still not done. Reapers move out across the map. That means back at home, Kiwian is exposed. We'll lose an SCV. Cyclone has arrived. Cyclone will lock this down. Not bad. And we will delay the CC as well. Okay, Kiwian. He defends back at home, gets across the map, takes down the building SCV. I will still lose 3 workers. 3 workers still do go down. But he does lay the expansion. That's what matters here. Is laying the economy. Spirit working into mech. Second factory, going into ion thrusters. Siege mode is done. And Spirit is meching it up. And we have a back and forth. after a very, very chaotic game. After a very chaotic early game. Ooh, Cyclone does close the distance. Takes down the tank. Kiwian, calm down. Takes down the tank. Goes for more SCV kills. That is going to be a one-way trip. And the Cyclone will fall. And welcome to Los Angeles. The second Cyclone does arrive. And Kiwian, he might just have too much. Yeah, with 2 Cyclones. The Cyclone Slappy denies mining at the natural. Takes down another SCV. Zones away Spirit. Does need that tank. And then Kiwian, he's catching up. He's catching up here. Claiming his own base. Oh, nice control out of Kiwian. Dropping on the tank. Kiwian, calm down. He's oh my god. Here it does take his natural. His natural's getting up and running. A third TC is on the way. We're building up in towards the mid game. When it comes to Lost Temple, we do have islands. True, there are islands on the corners of the map. There are also these ridges, these kind of alcoves that you can take advantage of as well. Once again, going for the tank this time should not get it. Plenty of vultures. But this is what we spoke about here. This ridge here is so abusable. You can siege up tanks. Like, you can get a couple of tanks here and deny mining forever. Just such an abusable location. And the problem here is that spawns do matter. As we deny mining here at the natural. No anti-air! Yeah, no anti-air. There's no Goliaths. There's no Academy. Oh, no armory, I should say. So mining is just non-existent here as the Liberator does reposition. Going for the going for the armory instead. Makes sense. Takes down the Marine. Denies the armory. Remember, the armory is a prerequisite to make a Goliath. You cannot make a Goliath without the armory. Let's go down. Let's go to the Marines. But the reason why spawn locations matter, here you can abuse this mineral line, right, if you spawn in top left. Meanwhile, the ridge is here, denying gases, not the mineral line. So one base is not like the other. Like, this base is more abusable than Kiwian's natural. Where here you're within range of the gas guys and the mineral line. And this is why I did mention earlier that that this map is more imbalanced depending on where you spawn. So depending on spawn location, some bases are more vulnerable than others. Yeah, that's like early 2000s brutal for you. That's aye. Symmetrical maps? No. Not in 2005. True. As SCVs are going down, Spirit just getting bullied here. Just getting bullied back and forth. 17, 18 SCV kills. The Goliath finally online. But again, it took so long. Again, the armory was heavily delayed. Could not make any Goliaths. Liberated repositioning. Same Goliath counts is on point. Now we have high ground vision as well with the racks. Brutal maps are atrocious. There's some really good brutal maps. Just not like this one's an older one. Like this is like I should say there's a lot of variance when it comes to brutal maps, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Where there are some good maps, there are some awful maps. For sure. Fighting Spirit was really good in 2008, but somehow will not leave the ladder pool in 2025. Fighting Spirit is another interesting one. I do like Fighting Spirit more than Lost Temple, though. For sure. And Spirit again, he's just trying to hold on. Third base now being taken. Behind this, you see Kiwian just freely expanding, claiming a third. Claiming a third base, moving out across the map. Armies are soon to clash. Liberation has arrived. Kiwian moving in. Nice position here. Takes out the lib. takes down that Liberator. Third base is denied. Again, this third base is so open as well. It's so hard to take this third. No shot. And the win condition here for Kiwian is not to push in. He doesn't have to break this position, just contain, right? Just contain Spirit here to 2 bases for as long as possible. Spirit, of course, he can float over to this other expansion on the right. It's going to be more difficult to saturate, but he can take it. Oh. As he kind of push into the siege line. Meanwhile, going for the Dune drop into the main. Kiwian, he doesn't see. Sorry, Spirit, he doesn't see, doesn't know. Does not spot the drop. Turrets are on the way, but they're too late. They're a little bit too late, but there are spider mines. Oh, that just ignores him. Yeah, he just goes straight in. Goes straight into the main and takes out the tank. Vulture's trying to rotate. Brutal trades here. GG gets called, and Kiwian, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Just pulling Spirit apart here, and again abusing some of those locations as well. To be fair, we did kick things off with Spirit proxying, right? Spirit did proxy across the map, did go for the proxy 2 racks, which I would say did do a good amount of damage, but it was the follow-up, it was the Cyclone drop, it was the Reaper harass. Kiwian did claw his way back into the game, then didn't just come back, took a lead. Took a lead from there as well. GG, well played with that. Ooh, we're getting into game number 2, and we'll see if Spirit can bounce back. We'll see if he can bounce back. As we are going to be getting into Sylphid. So in chat, do players keep switching back and forth? Yes. So the way that the tournaments, they have different formats. So depending on which tournament you're watching, they have a different rule set. But specifically for KungFu Cup, they do force players to switch back and forth. So now we have our Polish Terran as an SC2 Terran. Here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sylphid. We have our Polish Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing RSC Esports. It is Spirit. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player. We have the red Terran. It is Kiwian, aka TOP, the South Korean Terran player. Hold on, let me just quickly set up his name, as they did switch places. SMH. Bam, there we go. As it does have a 1-0 lead. But yes, so in this tournament, they are forced to switch. Meanwhile, in StarCraft Evolution League, they are not forced to switch. Instead, it's loser's pick. So technically, a player could play as Brood War Terran, lose the game, and then in game 2, they still stick with Brood War Terran. Like, so in StarCraft Evolution League, it's loser's pick. But obviously, it's always opposing races. Like, it's never Brood War versus Brood War, SC2 versus SC2, at least in StarCraft Evolution. In KungFu Cup, if we get to the ace match, you get to pick. In KungFu Cup, that's where you're unchained, you're unleashed, and we can see StarCraft 2 versus StarCraft 2, which is what we saw earlier between Scarlet and Rebellion, where they did play both StarCraft 2, or sometimes you get Brood War versus Brood War as well, which is also a lot of fun. But that's only in the ace match of KungFu Cup. Only in the ace match. At least in best of 3s. Best of 5, it's different. But we'll get there when we get to the finals. As welcome one to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom right, bottom left, and top side as well. So 3 possible spawn locations. Kiwian does scout top side first, and this time Spirit does not proxy. This time it is going to be a more standard opener here out of Spirit, going for a rack to expand, going for a bit of a later second gas. Here we go. Go. But someone's asking how balanced is it if they have Brood War versus Brood War. This game mode and game mod is not balanced for Brood War versus Brood War. KungFu Cup, they do allow them to play like that, but it's not balanced for it. Brood War versus Brood War, from my understanding, there are some aspects about it that are imba. as all the balance changes and all the balance updates are all catered specifically for SC2 versus Brood War, specifically. That is the purpose of the changes, purpose of the balance updates. They don't take into consideration other kind of dynamics. Meanwhile, we do have Mech on the way from Kiwian. Again, Mech is very popular when it comes to Brood War Terran. I mean, I say very popular. It is very meta to go 3-Rex stim timing in other matchups, but in TvT, like, Mech is one of the more go-tos. Likewise, Armory is on the way. Now, this fast Armory does mean that if we need access to Goliaths, they're going to be more accessible. If you recall, that was one of the failings of Spirit, is lack of Armory, and he was abused, and it took him a long time to get his Goliaths up and running. Here, Kiwian will not make that mistake. As we do have Spirit going for his own 1-1-1. So we go. So I'm moving out. Vultures are setting up here outside of the bases. Academy is on the way. Again, this should be for the Comsat station. Kiwian setting up well. Working on the Academy, getting his Comsat stations up and running, just containing Spirit, setting up the Spider Mines. And Spirit behind this getting a third. Just building up towards the third TC and building up towards the mid game. Again, game 1 was very aggressive and very intense. Here we're slowing things down. Liberator moves out, but we already have a Goliath on the way. We did mention that because the Armory, Goliath production is already available. So again, clearly, like, Kiwian, he spends a lot of time playing StarCraft Evolution. It's getting ready for this. I would say his Brood War is stronger than his SE2 for Kiwian, for sure. As the Liberator is set up outside the base. Of course, we're embracing Bio out of Spirit, throwing down extra Raxes. Getting into his 5-rack setup, moving out with a second Liberator. So ideally, he wants to hit both bases at once. We do see that the Natural is exposed here for Kiwian. Goliaths are in the main. And they will respond. And the cannon will respond. Oh, I say that Liberation is set up. Denies mining. And no major kills yet. But Kiwian, he's distracted. He is distracted. SCVs are finally going to be going down. Getting 1, 2, 3 SCVs. Getting up to 4. Getting up to 5. Yeah, 5, 6 workers. Again, he does deflect the first Liberator, but he's being pulled apart. Being pulled apart here. Mining is denied. And despite having the tools to defend, the attention wasn't there. The attention wasn't there. Getting 7 SCV kills. So a strong start for Spirit. Doesn't do critical damage, but damage nonetheless. Damage nonetheless. Spirit does break out. Third base being taken. I wish there were SC2 maps without main base ramps. I mean, that's for balance purposes, for sure. Hi. But it would be fun to, like, mix in at one point, I suppose. Like, for Brood War, it's a little bit different. I mean, even here, it's very different. Like, the high ground advantage here is so strong in Brood War because of that mischance. For those that are unaware, in StarCraft Evolution, they have adopted that mischance here. So basically, if you're firing up a ramp, you actually have a chance to completely miss and do 0 damage. So we have seen situations where we've seen, like, a Terran player go for, like, a tank bio all-in on 2 bases. They like fire off like 3 volleys of tank shots to a pylon, and the pylon takes no damage. Like, the pylon just be dodging, baby. It's crazy. So again, the high ground advantage here is a big part of StarCraft Evolution. The Pylons, it's nimble, back. It's just pretty nimble. Spirit moving in. Liberator still being annoying, just still keeping the attention of Kiwian elsewhere. Oh. Kiwian does hold. Dropping on the tanks. Does drop on. Takes down one of the tanks. Not bad. Takes down one. Doubling down here, getting to his own bio tank. Spirit's still looking for a way in. Likewise, Kiwian, he's just turtling up. He's just turtling up turrets, tank lines. Just walling up here at the third. Spirit going for a drop into the main. We do see Kiwian, likewise, is working towards Wraiths. That will help when it comes to anti-air. Ideally, he wants to hunt down that Liberator. But the main base is exposed. No turrets! Uh-oh. Yeah, no turrets in the main. Spirit, he's moving in. And he does find another opening. And catching out more SCVs. Kiwian, he's racing back home. This is brutal damage. Yeah, Kiwian just out of position. Only gets 3 SCV kills, nothing major. Likewise, drop into the natural. This time, turrets, they come into play. This time, the turrets are ready. But the drop does unload. A tank volley in the middle line. Massive tank shots. Getting another 5 SCVs. But only 5. So 5 workers at the same time, dropping the main, still wreaking havoc. And still popping up. Despite those losses, Kiwian still has an equivalent worker count to his opponent. And will defend. Does defend. Spirit behind this, taking another base. He has map control. What I find interesting here is that it's still a very bio-heavy composition. Like Spirit, he's still very light on tanks. Very light. He has 1. He has, sorry, 2. He has 2 tanks. Just really heavy Marine Marauder army instead. Much more mobile. Goes back into the main. Picks off more SCVs. And you can see Spirit, he's looking for an opening. Ooh. Looking for a way in. Drop is dealt with. Not going to be sent away. Well, I should have done this. Pieces. Spirit is going to mass starport. From here, we can go into towards Raven production or just more mass lib. Looking for a way in. Yeah, late reaction here from Kiwian. Tank's gonna be going down. He gets 1. Oh, gets 2. Takes on both tanks. The spider mines. Oh, he steps in. Oh, clutch moves. Yeah, clutch moves. Clutch scan. Takes down all 4 spider mines. No connections. Yeah, and Spirit, he breaks through. Spirit, he breaks through. Denies a third, the rest of the army out of position. Just now rolling in. He will force us back. Now what's important here when it comes to these trades is that Kiwian, he's not losing any SCVs. Like, he does pull away in time. Does preserve his mineral line. He needs to get that base back up and running. Drop into the main. Kiwian somewhat in position. And does defend. Does deflect. So we're pushing in between the bases. The tank line is ready. Uh-oh. Okay. Cannot touch this area. Cannot push in. God. I feel like the anti-ground attack of the Wraith has always been a little bit pathetic, but it's fine. It's fine. Shuts down the tank. And here comes a Mass Raven. Again, we were expecting a transition like this with all the starports now going to Mass Raven. Curious to see if Kiwian does head into his own science vessel setup. Curious. With that, he can go for EMPs. And even irradiate the bio army as well. But for now, just pure mech. And Spirit is maxed. Spirit is maxed out. He has denied enough mining here to just take that lead, taking more bases, getting into a 5 base setup. Now dropping in, just as Kiwian moves out. He just wants to harass. Yeah, the tank line does crumble, now going for the CC, and this time SCVs are finally going down as well. Kiwian a little bit, a little bit indecisive. Does he attack? Does he defend? Runs into a planetary. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, we missed the spider mines popping off. Speaking of. Oh no! Okay. Does somewhat react here. And cleans up the spider mines. Kiwian holding his own. Okay, that was 18 Marauders going down and 14 Marines. Kiwian, he's holding. Unfortunately, there's no real counter here to the Raven currently for Kiwian. Like, he's got some Goliaths, that's true, he has some turret lines. But the Ravens are going to be a problem. Again, there's no EMPs, master stable on the tanks. Marines, they stim in. And there's nothing to stop Spirit. And Spirit, he will overwhelm, takes out the tank line, stims forward. And Kiwian, he's being broken. He's broken here and now. I can't really push in towards the natural, but does get the mineral line. It takes out all the SCVs, takes out the expansion, or at least does force it to float away. And Spirit can just gear up and wait for more Ravens. Again, ideally, you do want your own counter for that. You want your own science vessels, you want your own EMPs to stop that from happening, of course. And then that will force out like Sky Terran, like more Vikings. And more Valkyries. But Kiwian, he's just one step behind. One step behind. Disables everything. And Spirit, he has done it. He has broken through. Takes down the siege line, heads in towards the third. Boy's trying to be pulled away into auto turrets. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game 3. And we'll see what races our players pick there. Curious. GG gets called, and Spirit does tie things up. We're going to that ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We're going to game 3. Again, unfortunately, Kiwian, even though he wasn't really sustaining too many worker losses throughout the course of that game, he was being denied so much mining. And again, he fell behind as a result. He was contained on 3 bases, had a really hard time expanding and getting a 4th, and it allowed Spirit to max out, to take up, to safely get into Mass Raven and just go for the kill. Go for the kill then and there. Unfortunately, there wasn't really anything that Kiwian had available to deal with that, whether it's Sky Terran, whether it's Science Vessels, whether it's his own Ghosts. Had no setup. GG. GG, well played. And we're going to be loading into one of my favorite maps. A very nostalgic map here. Up next, going to be loading into Blue Storm for the ace match. And we have confirmation. Spirit is playing StarCraft 2 Terran and Kiwian is committing to Brood War Terran. Let's go. So getting into the ace match. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a tank volley. True. True. So here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blue Storm, we have the Polish Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing RC Esports, the StarCraft 2 Terran. It is a Spirit. Tying up the series 1-1. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player from South Korea. It is Kiwian. aka TOP, and we are opening up with a proxy. Okay, let's go. SCVs are being sent across the map. Welcome one all to Blue Storm. Blue Storm is a 2-player spawn map. The natural base is a little bit more quirky. There's a very narrow choke point coming into the natural. There's also a tower here that you can knock down as well to fully wall this area off. But we're moving out with not just 1, not just 2, but 3 SCVs going for a mass, or 3 ranks mass marine all in. Let's go. No shot we... Okay. You know what would have been amazing? We have seen this before. Is to proxy here and then float into the main. Like, the main base is huge. And we have seen proxies in the main base before, in specifically this area. Unfortunately, we're not set up for that, but that would have been amazing. Aye, aye, aye. As the Mass Marine is on the way. Spirit, he will SCV scout. Going for an economic opener. Racks expand. So single gas out of Spirit. This is going to be ideal for Kiwian. As the SCV's on the way. He's on the way. Marines are amassing. And again, here they come. Meanwhile, Spirit now knows. Now he does scout. He is aware. Behind this, there we go. Safety bunkers on the way. He's now aware that, of course, the production is missing. There's no gases. It should be Mass Marine. And he does go for the factory. It's going to be a little bit later as a factory, but it's on the way nonetheless. Spirit, he does react. Yo, bunker next to the bunker. Let's go. Bunkers are on the way. Boys are being pulled. And Kiwian, he cannot get surrounded. Has to be careful here. Does pull away. Reaver going for the SCV. Does get one. Does surround the SCVs. Gets one. Gets two SCVs. Massive pickups. There's one SCV left, and the bunker should not finish. Yeah, it should not complete. The bunker doesn't complete for Spirit. As there's again only one SCV left. Yeah, with that, Spirit holds. He holds. The bunker completes. He denies the bunker here of Kiwian. And there's no breaking this. There's no breaking this. Not anymore. Spirit, he was so close as well. we almost saw bunker versus bunker. We almost got it. Oh, let's go. Yeah, the boys are here. The bunker's almost finished. He gets it up. The bunker finishes. Let's go. Mass repair. Oh my god. Does get the mass repair off. Marines, they focus on SCVs so much faster. And it's working. He does get the SCVs. Yeah, SCVs are falling. Spirit, he cannot keep up. Yeah, he cannot keep up here. Not with the Mass Marine. The bunker is almost going down. A tech lab? Oh, so greedy. So greedy. No Hellion. Yeah, to go for the tech lab. Did lose all of his SCVs. Down to one worker. Here comes the mass repair. And again, Kiwian, he has done it. Brood War, Bunker Rush, greater than SC2. Let's go. Boxer would be proud. He would be proud, Pappy. Ah, let's go. Takes down the mule. No SCVs left. Yeah, and with that, Kiwian has done it. GG gets called, and Kiwian, he will take the series 2-1. Will advance on to the grand finals. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. When it comes to the bunker rush there, Marines, obviously they have more range than Reapers, so Marines, they were able to, and likewise also the DPS rate to focus on those SCVs was a little higher, so he was able to focus on as many workers as possible. No. Was able to focus them down. Was able to focus them down. Meanwhile, Spirit couldn't do the same. Like, he could not focus on the same amount of workers, could not deal anywhere near as much damage. With that, he was overwhelmed. Kiwian popping off. Let's go. GG. GG, well played. Bunker versus bunker. You love to see it. Oh my god. Do love to see it. GG. And with that, we have our two finalists. Again, Spirit, he was poised to make it to the finals, but no, not here, not this time. It's going to be a TvZ between Kiwian and 3 Point. Let's go. Let's go. We have our grand finals. We have our setup here. Again, Kiwian and 3 Point, there are two finalists. Coming into this, it's going to be an interesting dynamic here. I think I favor 3 Point coming into this series, but at the same time, I know that Kiwian has been improving so much. Kiwian, he's more of a streamer nowadays. He's a streamer, he's a caster, but he's been devoting a lot of time here to StarCraft Evolution. He's been improving a lot, and I'm hoping for a series, right? I'm hoping for a back and forth. I would love to see a game 4, maybe even a game 5. Let's go. So we have those two finalists. On top of that, I should also emphasize, I mean, we kind of brought it up during the all-in, but Spirit, he was also quite greedy. He went for the factory. He went factory into tech lab. Didn't make a Hellion. No defensive Hellion there for Spirit. So he had that much less to work with, that much less to defend. Aye. And with that, GG. with that GG, well played. As we're making our way into those finals. And game 1 is going to be on Vermeer.